We're actually talking about the debt ceiling. So
Oh my God.
the
Okay,
federal government
okay.
and the government has gone wild. There is gridlock in the government. The debt ceiling is here, and we're going rapidly through.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm dying. I didn't think we would take this turn, but yes.
We are taking this
Okay,
turn.
okay. Not in this car. Not in this car.
But did you hear when? So Janet Yellen, I think she's Secretary of Treasury. Right?
Yeah.
She was saying we have until June. Do you know what a debt ceiling of the government means? Really?
Explain for the listeners.
Oh, they explained
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
listeners.
I know exactly what you're talking about. 'Cause
Okay.
I've been reading this story.
So this is the example I will give. The debt ceiling. Easy facts. Look into your wallet. And if you see a credit card, that's exactly what it is. When you see the credit card limit, and the credit card limit is like, let's say like, oh, I have $100 I could spend on this credit card. That's all you can spend. And after that, you can't spend anymore or you get into like fees. So for the government, once you go beyond the credit card limit, it's just over. There's nothing there.
So I also want to say for context too, what they're trying to do is they're trying to raise the debt ceiling.
Yeah.
And they've raised it previously in the past because it's something that they do. They have to increase it. But
I mean, like to have things continue, like there's a lot of things that have to like go on. If the debt ceiling doesn't get approved then or like increased, then there's no way for the government to pay for anything. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what else does the government pay? You know, like everything. There's a
So-
lot of things happening. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's crazy because they have what until July? I
No,
think?
they said that the money could run out in June.
Oh
June
yes,
1st.
yes, June 1st.
Yeah, and I'm
July
like,
1st, but yeah.
oh God.
Yes,
What
yes.
does this
so,
mean?
So it's yes, I think that it's
I don't like how they play with this game, but I mean, I don't know. It's not my lane to like comment about. But in the business sense, I can comment about it. I'm like, this is very odd that you would like use this as like something like a bargaining chip, you know,
Yeah, it's
of sorts.
I think that there's a lot that goes on to this story, and I think that
Yeah.
there's one of the reasons I'm a little hesitant to talk about this too is because I think there's a lot of infighting. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. They're essentially using this as a bargaining chip to necessarily try to get what they want. There's a couple of
on either side, you know, like I think it's just like it in terms of like the whole thing. I don't think we really need to get political or anything about it. It's just I think that on both sides of the thing or whatever, it's just like people are, you know, it just there's a money that needs to be allocated, and I don't know. I mean, it seems like before, like
I think my personal opinion is like I've been reading this story, but I don't know necessarily too much of the ramifications of what exactly happens when
it hits it.
Yeah, when it hits the debt ceiling, or if it doesn't rise.
Yeah.
The thing is that all I could say is that I feel like this seems like they're kicking the can down the road.
Yeah.
And they're just essentially, I think that it's a bigger issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like if you had to put it into business terms, it's like the board of directors refusing to accept any further line of credit.
Yeah.
The line of credit is out there to continue getting, but they refuse to add any more credit, even though the investors, us, the American citizen, would be like, we it's an interesting thing. But so if the debt ceiling does get hit, so this is like some weird things, but I guess a lot of the things get shut down. Like you wouldn't be able to go to a lot of the place in the government because like it'd be closed.
Like the parks.
The parks, yeah.
The parks,
During the government shutdown, previously they shut down the parks.
They did
because they can't pay for.
I like the parks.
I haven't been to one in a long time, which is kind of sad. But I mean, it's been busy.
I'll take you to the park.
On the road, they put caution tape around it.
My God, I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot.
Yeah, but That is not even my topic, but I just think that the debt ceiling is very pertinent, and I do hope that they come to a conclusion because it's not like no matter where you sit, it's like it'll affect you in some sort of way. Because like think about like but I want to travel. And it's like the TSA is funded by the federal government. Like it's gonna get reduced.
That
or
is
like
true.
People who inspect your food, the FDA.
Oh yeah, that's
they're
true.
like,
oh
now the agents can't go look at your food. I guess I don't know.
So how's this, by the way? I think that
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like. I think that it's good. It's good to let the listeners know because some might not know. Yeah,
I think like a lot of people tune off from it because like me included. Like, but I see like what's going on, and I do keep track of it because it is important. I mean, it's a very stressful because like everybody has their own things that like their own lanes and like their own like little part of the world that they really focus on.
Yeah,
and to like look at this would be way more like stressed than they need to. Like it's like such a broad concept that they have no power to control.
Yeah,
like how could like one person like if you take on this stress of like knowing that the government could like not increase their credit card bill, I guess.
Yeah,
like they're like what can you really do? It's just like it's out of your hands at that point.
Yeah, and I think it is good to be informed. To be honest, I think it is good to be informed, and I think
at the very least like know kind of what's the
happening.
Idea is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like the question would become like, like what did you guys do for like, I mean, because I'm like, come on guys, please.
Yeah.
Please. I think I want to travel. I want to like, go do stuff.
Yeah, I do think it's important.
But all right. So I think we've talked enough about the debt ceiling.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe. Our goal is 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So he just found this out today, but that is the goal.
That's actually not that
How
far.
dare you?
How
dare you?
That's not a big. It's not a big leap. There's a lot of the year left.
How dare you? I'm setting realistic goals. Okay,
Josh? Make sure to help us get there.
Help us get to our first milestone.